Shalom Chavarim, shalom friends from just outside of Jerusalem.
We're about to celebrate Purim, and this is a very joyful feast, actually the most joyful on the Hebrew calendar.
Yes.
But it wasn't always like that. It didn't come from just a fun time. It came from a very difficult time when the Jewish nation that were living in Persia were about to be wiped out because an evil man that was in power hated Jewish people. But through the courage and the obedience of Queen Esther, who was Jewish herself, the fate of the Jewish people was reversed and their mourning turned into joy.
Yes, and what makes the book of Esther so unique is when you read it, the name of God is not mentioned even one time, but we can see the invisible hand of God working, and it reminds us that when God seems silent, He is not absent. The book of Esther is set in what is now modern-day Iran. And we all know the same ancient powers that sought to annihilate the Jewish people in the time of Esther seek to do the same today. Esther was there for such a time as this, and I believe one reason that you are on this planet at this time is for such a time as this, to embrace God's heart of compassion for the Jewish people, to stand firm against the most horrific surge of anti-Semitism that we have seen since the days of the Holocaust. And even if you don't agree with everything the Israeli government does, and by the way, who has ever agreed fully with what their own government or any government has ever done, even if you don't fully agree with what the Israeli government does, you can stand with the Jewish people to live in peace in their ancient biblical homeland promised to them by God. You know, Esther could have remained silent, but she chose to risk her life for the sake of her people. She called her people to pray and to fast. Everyone in Israel is on edge at this time, wondering if today will be the day that Iran will launch a barrage of ballistic missiles at the population centers of Israel. Allow me to encourage you to fast and pray during this Purim season. I want to remind you of another tradition that is dear to our hearts, Mishloach Manot. It's giving gifts, especially to the poor. And with your help during this Purim season, we will be giving food cards to traumatized families who lost their homes during the 12-day Iranian war in June and continue to struggle to rebuild their lives and put food on the table for their children. Thank you for your compassion, and Hag Purim Sameach.
Shalom, shalom.
Happy Purim to you and your loved ones.
Shalom. Okay, he's going to have to make it happen. I got to get ready.